What if I told you that a homemade experiment could turn into one of the most successful beauty brands in the world and sell for $845 million, all while breaking every rule in the book? From pastel bottles lined up on Sephora shelves to Instagram feeds glowing with neon droppers, this is the case study of a brand that went from $0 to an $845 million exit in just 7 years. The story of Drunk Elephant, a name that sounded like a joke until it wasn't. How did a skincare brand born from one woman's frustration become a billion-dollar powerhouse? What was that secret ingredient that made the formula blow up? Stay tuned, because you're about to learn the industry's secrets no one else will tell you. And if you love stories about rule breakers, drop a light bulb in the comments. Tell us your favorite underdog brand. And of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Before Drunk Elephant became a staple on beauty shelves, it was just Tiffany Masterson at home, trying to fix her own skin. She wasn't a chemist or a corporate executive, just someone frustrated by the endless cycle of products that promised results but left her skin worse off. She had oily patches, dryness, breakouts, and irritation that never seemed to go away, no matter how expensive the cream or serum. Out of curiosity and desperation, she started reading labels, researching ingredients, and realizing how often her skin reacted to the same few things. Curiosity turned into obsession. Tiffany started experimenting with simple, gentle formulas, using marula oil as her base, a rare ingredient she discovered through another small skincare brand. When her skin finally calmed down, she knew she was onto something. When Masterson told a few family members that she was looking to make a little extra cash from home, they knew just the thing. Several of them were already selling a type of bar soap and thought it might be a great fit for her too. She once said the bar was very basic, and whenever she sold to customers, they would call her back and ask what they should use with it. Before long, Masterson's customers began sharing their unique skin issues with her. Some she herself shared, from dryness to oily T-zones, and she would try to find complementary products for them. And that search led her on a deep dive into skincare ingredients. Without a background in science, all the complicated names and their unique effects were a challenge to familiarize herself with. But the more she learned, the more she recognized that selling a single bar cleanser wasn't going to give her clients the results they sought. So in 2011, she pulled out a notepad and began dreaming up all the products she would sell if she could pull them out of thin air. Rather than opting for the trendy, all-natural approach, she wanted to find ingredients, whether natural and synthetic, that were clean and compatible with the skin. Then came her breakthrough: 6 common irritants she believed caused most skin problems: essential oils, fragrance and dyes, silicones, drying alcohols, sodium lauryl sulfate, and chemical sunscreens. She called them the Suspicious Six, and if she could build a skincare line free from them, she believed anyone could achieve healthy, balanced skin. She brought her ideas to a chemist, who confirmed her theories were solid, and with help from her brother-in-law, her first investor, they began turning her kitchen experiments into real products. By 2013, Drunk Elephant officially launched with a small lineup and a direct-to-consumer website. Tiffany handled packaging, photography, and customer service herself. The name came from a myth about elephants eating marula fruit and getting drunk, a playful nod to her hero ingredient and her brand's offbeat personality. Now, here's what Tiffany did that most startups don't. She didn't rush into retail. For nearly a year, she refined every formula using direct customer feedback. After a full year spent, Tiffany Masterson finally felt her lineup was ready for the world, but she wasn't rushing into just any partnership. She wanted the debut to feel intentional, almost personal. "I was picky," she admitted. "I didn't want to just put it anywhere. I wanted to launch it somewhere where I'd actually shop myself." So in January 2015, Sephora came knocking. The global retailer was intrigued by her stripped-down ingredient-first philosophy. This was the audience she had been building for all along. Before now, Masterson had been producing roughly 5,000 units per product, so a partnership that size meant scaling from the modest batches she'd been producing to a full-blown national rollout. To get there, she needed capital, and fast. The challenge now wasn't creating the formulas, it was convincing investors that this clean brand that was built around her Suspicious Six philosophy could actually stand shoulder to shoulder with the giants of the skincare industry. Could the world really fall in love with a skincare line built by a mom mixing oils at home? Maybe. But did Tiffany know that she was planting the seeds of a global cult when she named it Drunk Elephant? Now, hold on, because what you're about to find out will blow your mind. When people talk about Drunk Elephant's breakout products, they're not exaggerating. The C Firma serum, packed with 15% vitamin C, became the kind of product beauty reviewers called a skin reset in a bottle. Then came Protini, a polypeptide moisturizer so rich and bouncy, it felt like skincare and self-care in one jar. Baby Facial took it up another notch, an at-home AHA/BHA peel that gave spa results without the spa. And of course, the De-Bronzy Drops, the glow serum that made TikTok look like a filter factory. Every product didn't just solve a skin problem, it created a ritual people wanted to show off. And that's where Tiffany's real genius showed. She made skincare photogenic. Those candy-colored bottles, pastel pinks, citrus yellows, mint greens, they filled Instagram feeds. The hexagonal caps, the clean typography, the way every product snapped into the next like little puzzle pieces all screamed post me. After her big January 2015 launch, things really blew up. In just 11 days, products were selling out, and Masterson thrived in the frenzy of rapidly scaling her business. Walk into a Sephora back then, and it was impossible to miss. New rows of Drunk Elephant bottles stood out like confetti on a black and white shelf. Testers invited touch. Textures were richer but never greasy, and people always wanted to try it. By 2017, Drunk Elephant secured an $8.3 million investment from BMG Partners, giving Tiffany the resources to expand production and distribution. But the real marketing machine wasn't in stores, it was online. Instead of paying for glossy magazine ads, Tiffany sent her products to micro-influencers and everyday users. Beauty bloggers began filming their routines with those pastel bottles lined up in the background. The brand encouraged fans to tag #DrunkElephant and share their before and afters. It didn't take long for the line to go viral, and before anyone noticed, teenage users, some barely old enough for a moisturizer, were filming themselves using high-grade acids and serums meant for mature skin. The brand's follower count skyrocketed as influencers and celebrities like Drew Barrymore and Hailey Bieber began featuring their favorite products organically, giving the brand instant credibility. But it wasn't just the A-listers. Micro-influencers flooded feeds with honest reviews and morning routines, amplifying the buzz. Spillman Digital later called it a masterclass in organic digital marketing. It didn't need celebrities or ad buys. All it needed were a bunch of Gen Zs and Gen Alphas on TikTok and IG Reels. When did you first see Drunk Elephant on your feed? Which product made you finally hit add to cart? Let us know in the comments below. As the brand scaled, Tiffany focused on hiring people who shared her values, not just their resume. She started assembling a team that reflected the same bright, playful energy her brand was known for. Tiffany often said that she could teach skills, but not attitude. So during interviews, she focused less on resumes and more on who people really were. That approach paid off, because out of a staff of 113, only 2 have ever permanently resigned. This kind of retention rate in the beauty industry is almost unheard of. Her employees weren't just showing up for a paycheck, they were showing up for the purpose and the atmosphere she built from the ground up. With a strong team in place, Tiffany finally had room to breathe, focus on the parts of the business she loved most, and hand off the rest to people she trusted. And that's where many founders go wrong, trying to be the CEO, marketer, and designer all at once. For Tiffany, building Drunk Elephant wasn't just to create good skincare, it was to create a company culture as clean and as healthy as the formula inside those pastel bottles. Right from those first sellouts, Tiffany Masterson's little Houston-born brand began to stretch its legs. Within 2 years, Drunk Elephant has gone from boutique shelves to beauty juggernauts like Ulta and even airport duty-free spots, where its candy-colored bottles were irresistible to jet-lagged travelers. It was the kind of growth that most founders only dream of, and yet somehow it was still personal. Then came the moment that changed everything. After 4 years of dedication and risk-taking, the moment of payoff finally arrived, and it wasn't just Tiffany Masterson who felt it. The entire Drunk Elephant team was overcome with emotion in 2019 when Shiseido, one of Japan's oldest and most prestigious beauty houses, bought Drunk Elephant for a jaw-dropping $845 million. It took 7 years to get here, from kitchen experiments to a near billion-dollar exit of a brand that was pulling in about $120 million in annual revenue. That was an astonishing figure for a company that had never relied on traditional advertising. But big deals will just bring big shifts. They bring more. Under Shiseido's wing, Drunk Elephant went global. They expanded across Europe, entered China, and strengthened e-commerce logistics. It was a new era. The Pastel Army was now marching under a multinational flag. And then came the slowdown. By early 2025, reports surfaced of sales dipping nearly 65% in the first quarter alone. Some said it was oversaturation. Others blamed viral dupes, cheaper alternatives flooding TikTok, often praised by the same teams who once built Drunk Elephant's fame. Even the best sellers, like the bronzing drops that were once impossible to find, were now either out of stock or overshadowed by lookalikes. Yet the love for the brand didn't disappear, it became stronger. Fans online still post shelfie photos of their drunk elephant collections, bottles arranged like pastel soldiers. A few even joke about how the greasy residue on their vanity top is a badge of honor. Drunk Elephant has grown into one of the most recognizable names in skincare, and is often cited as a playbook for modern beauty entrepreneurs. His commitment to ingredient integrity and smart customer-first practices not only built trust, but also helped the brand carve out a loyal following and dominant place in the market. Even after building one of the most loved skincare brands in the world, Tiffany's still saying that seeing her team rewarded for their belief and hard work remains her proudest achievement. If you liked this video, kindly hit like, subscribe, and watch out for the next one.